So, you're stuck on whether or not to start Animal Crossing New Horizons in 2024. Well, hopefully, after this video, you will be able to make an informative decision on whether to get started playing or hold off. First of all, Pokey Live here, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here and welcome to my channel. Your support means absolutely everything. So, let's get into it. Animal Crossing New Horizons was released in 2020, which most of you probably know, and it even had its own Animal Crossing themed console, which is the Switch. I didn't get, but it's absolutely adorable, and I'm low-key jealous of whoever did. It really is the cutest thing, guys. But if we go back to all the releases of Animal Crossing games, you'll see a pattern that any new Animal Crossing game was in fact released with a new console, which is why I think the speculation of a new game is nearing. Nintendo is in fact talking about a new Switch for us gamers, but what has us all uncertain is that timeline. My honest feeling towards it is that we won't see it until 2025 or later, and if that's the case, 2025 isn't too long of a wait. Time is flying, guys, and it apparently is just going to be called the Switch 2, which I'm fine with. I mean, I'm here for it. I know for a fact I'll get it and finally have a reason to start another island, because I cannot do a hard reset on my current one. Yes, I've thought about it before I started streaming and all of that. I said, let me just start over, but I just can't. I can't part ways with it. I have entirely too much time into this island and I am way too attached. So Animal Crossing New Horizons, should you start it now or wait? I'm going to give you my honest opinion, and of course, I don't want it to come off as biased because I do think it is one of the greatest games ever. Don't get me wrong though, there's a lot of cons, and I've done some game reviews on it before. They are up on my channel. I will link them at the end of this video, so feel free to go check them out. But as someone who's a huge Pokemon fan, and I'm going to use that as an example because in my opinion, it's the best example here. Pokemon games are so fun, but they're always really short. There's always things to do after you finish the main storyline in a game, but as far as a storyline is concerned, they are really, really short. So what gamers tend to do is after they finish the current game, they look back and they're like, oh, this game was so much fun. Let's go see if there's other games of this kind that I can go play. And what you'll find is that obviously older games have lower quality, there's less functionality, all the graphics improve as time goes on. So sometimes when you go back at a game, you're really disappointed that the quality just sucks, honestly. So if you look at New Horizons and you're kind of in the same boat, like, okay, maybe you have played this game and you're just here to listen to this video, which is awesome, but it is pretty similar. New Horizons really holds the bar super high in graphics. It's the best we've seen yet. So if you were to go back to New Leaf and some of the previous ones, you probably would be a little disappointed with it. The bar is not as high as this one. So I think now is a great time to start because the bar is already high. You're not going to be disappointed with these graphics. Yeah, there's some cons, which we'll get into, but you will not be disappointed, I promise. And if we take a look at some of the research I've done, it pretty much always is in the top 5 bestsellers on the Switch. I mean, this one article put it at a 6, but that's the lowest I've seen it. I mean, the sales are insane, guys. It's always in the top 5. And of course, Zelda normally takes number 1, or Mario Kart. Which I've tried to like Zelda and I just don't. So I know this game isn't going to be for everyone. Everyone has their own preference with games, but a lot of people bought this game and loved it. It is a bestseller for a reason. So I just wanted to show you guys, come on, we're talking about one of the greatest games ever on the Switch. But reasons I feel people are so drawn to it is it's such simple gaming. The controls, the usability, all of it. It's just so simple. It doesn't take an advanced gamer to play Animal Crossing. A lot of video games tend to be intense too, which, it does require a lot of skill. You have to get pretty good at the game in order to, get somewhere in it. And that can be stressful in itself, but it's not the case with Animal Crossing. It's a cozy game that you could play at any pace, and it truly is a stress-free game. Whether you are designing homes, creating new layout, theming your island, or just fishing and hunting for items, the game has an avenue for just about anyone, and the pace is totally up to you. And as much as I love statistics, it was nearly impossible to find a clear answer on the average gameplay, aka hours played in this game, but I can tell you with 100% confidence, I'm not going to lie to you guys, between my friends and my fellow gamers, I do not know a single person who has a gameplay under 300 hours in this game. Some even have over 1,000 hours of gameplay, and trust me, I'm on my way there. It's just that type of game that you get lost in, and hours just fly by, and it is really the calmest and soothing game in my opinion. And I do think you should get it because, like anything else, you will end up hitting a wall with all of that gameplay, and you will probably get bored and take breaks. I mean, I took nearly either between 8 or 10 month break of the game, and I came back and I fell back in love with the game. And I do wish we already had 2 Animal Crossing games for the Switch, honestly, because I would go back and forth between the two. But that's another key point that I wanted to include, is that you can only have 1 island per Switch, which is why a lot of people have 2 Switches, usually a regular one, like I have the OLED model, and some people will also have a Nintendo Switch Lite, which just for financial reasons, it's cheaper if you do want to have 2. That way you can have 2 islands, but that's another reason why I think now is a good time, because we are going to probably be getting another one upon the new Switch release. So that's going to give you the option to have 2 islands guaranteed. And this will also give you a good time to get familiar with the game and learn what not to do, because this game has a lot of permanent avenues in it that you will be stuck with forever. And you can check out my video, Facts You Need to Know. I also think this is, just that perfect time, because you won't have that downtime of being bored in the game. You'll learn how to play it. You'll really be able to see the characters evolve. You'll be able to really get a good foundation of this game. And then right when you feel like you're kind of hitting that wall, in quotes, like I call it, of just boredom and I don't know what to do, Nintendo's gonna hit us with a new one. I know they are, with this console coming out. Why wouldn't they? This is one of their best selling games. It's never going out, I promise you. And even if you dig at New Horizons, you also have the DLC to it, which is pretty much a whole nother game in itself. Again, I know I keep saying this, but I do have a video on the DLC. It is so worth it. It really does add a whole nother game. If you do hit that wall from now until the new release, if the speculation does happen and we do get it in 2025, that is not a lot of time. You will have 0 time of being bored, I promise, especially if you get that DLC. So like I said, it really is the perfect time to get New Horizons, unless you don't have a Switch at all. Maybe it would be best financially just to wait for the new console, but if you can splurge a little bit, it is worth it. And New Horizons, like I said, it's not going anywhere. It's been around for a very long time. The customization is just too good. The characters are fun, and it's a never-ending game, unlike many others, which, you finish that storyline like we were talking about, and then it just ends, and then you're like, I don't know what to do. This game, you can just keep redoing and you can keep changing. I mean, guys, my streams are on here. You see, I'm constantly redoing my island and I have way too much fun with it. So some things, I want to touch on quickly that I hope to see in the new game definitely are functionality. But like I said, video games do tend to evolve. So I do think we'll see some improvements with that. I would like to be able to even have a 360 view, which you don't. But that's again why I think this game is great for any, experienced gamer, whether you're brand new or you have some. You really cannot be bad at this game. There's only one control in it. You don't have that double toggle view, which I do really hope that we get. I also hope that we have the option to have buildings and houses facing different directions. Everything is forward facing, which isn't bad. I mean, I think you know, it's good for what it is, but I want to see more. I want to see more options to really customize that. And I think we're going to see it in a new one. And, you know, like I said, although the controls are very easy, it just needs more. It needs more functionality. And I really, you know, one of the things that I feel like people love is the game mimics real time. It goes by your actual time zone and the time on your Switch. So things do take a while. I mean, obviously there's time travel, which I'm doing pretty much in every video. You can speed it up, but I do wish that the time was just a little bit quicker and not, you know, real time, which takes, you know, it's real time. It takes a while. So, you know, there's some things that I do want to see in the new one. But like I said, I really do think that there's just too much to do. And, you know, for someone that's played as long as I have, I literally still have yet to finish my museum. There's still things I need. I think that something they might do is add more to the museum, which, you know, will always keep you busy. So you're really just not going to get bored. If you got New Horizons after watching this video, from now until that new console and that new game, I would be shocked if you had finished the entire thing. You finished your museum, you're happy with your island. I really would be absolutely shocked. So again, I think now is the perfect time. You're not going to experience that downtime where we just get bored and we get really just antsy for something new. You're going to have this one, you're going to have the new one. You're just going to be honestly super happy with the option to have 2 islands and just 2 totally different games all in the same style here. So I know this video is kind of a little bit all over the place, but honestly, this is just me ranting about why I think now is the perfect time for you guys to start the game. If you have been curious, maybe, you know, you've watched some streams and you're like, oh, I'm unsure about this game. Hopefully you have a better idea of if it is for you, if you kind of agree with my feelings towards it. Drop a comment and let me know if this helped you make a decision, what you're going to be doing. I'm curious. I want to hear from you guys. And as always, your support means everything. So leave a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out some of my other content. Tons and tons of Animal Crossing content on here, guys. You will not be bored. I promise you'll get your answer one way or another by browsing my channel. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.